Tech Talk Thursdays.
Alright, hello and welcome back to the channel. I was going to film this one outside today, but it's cold and windy, so I'm sitting by the fireplace. And that brings up the point of flying in cold weather. Now, I live in Wisconsin. A lot of people I see live in the northern part of the United States, Canada, Alaska, all over. So I own like every type of glove and hat that you can possibly imagine. Some of my favorites: leather gloves, good old cap like this keeps you warm in the winter. Whew, that fire's getting hot. But every time I go flying and it's less than 40 degrees, maybe 38 degrees, the same thing happens. You know what it is.
Well, I've been up in the air for about 2 minutes and I'm losing feeling in my fingers.
Frozen fingers. And I refuse to buy the $250 pair of gloves. I should just do it. Every time I get done flying, I think I should just buy those gloves because you have to land or you're flying and your hands get so numb that you basically can't feel the controls. So I went flying again the other day and I took some gloves out and it actually worked out pretty good, but it's not super cold yet. And I want to fly year round. The body never gets cold. I wear the flight suit, never a big deal. But I'm going to try these new gloves and I'm looking to you guys to see what the best solutions are. Marty, my buddy, once said put one of those surgical gloves on inside.
I got a couple essential winter flying tips for you. First of all, if you're flying off ice, you gotta have some of these cleats. Will save you from a bent up cage, broken prop. Second of all, I wear these black nitrile mechanics gloves underneath my regular gloves. Makes you much warmer than just the gloves alone. And if you have to take your glove off, you're not instantly frozen. So, pro tip.
So these gloves I just picked up, these are some Under Armour gloves right here. These were like $70 and they fit great. They feel like they're gonna work pretty good. I took them out bow hunting this weekend. But a big part of it is your hands are up. So I would say this part is my tip, is even though you're flying with your hands up, all your blood flow continues to go down, making your hands get even colder. So the first thing that you can do to make your fingers stay warm is after you get flying, stow the brakes, put your hands down, keep them down, let that blood flow, keep them moving around, and you should be able to fly longer. I've seen those things where they're like mittens. I don't know how well they would work. They're like sleeves that go onto your brakes. I don't know how well they would work though, like getting your throttle up into there. So that's kind of a difficult one. I could see how it worked for paragliders. Paramotors, not so sure. So anyway, these are the gloves that I'm gonna be going with. I think they're just, they're leather gloves, good quality, and the nice thing is I still have good grip. They fit perfect, but they don't have the touch screen thing. So I'm going to try out a thing that my son told me with the hot glue gun. And he said if you put a couple dabs of hot glue on the tip, that it actually works for a screen. Science experiment time. All right, I think the hot glue gun is ready for our test. Let's put a couple dabs of glue on a fingertip. Ooh, that might be too much. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try this. Okay, here's the test. I would have to say hot glue on the fingertips does not work. Myth. Hot glue on the fingertips does not work. Don't bother trying it. Nothing happens. Okay, what gloves are working for you? I have some that work pretty good. These Under Armour ones are decent. These leather ones are good, but anything I've ever flown with has failed. I even got electric gloves, but they were too bulky. So from what I've heard is you got to get the liners and then put those liners from InMotion, put those inside of another glove, then you're going to be pretty good to go for a few hours. So that's it. It's winter here. I'll be leaving next week to go to Arizona with Ben Pekacek, my buddy Robert, and I think Sam from Wisconsin Flight Sports. So we're going to be heading down to Arizona where hopefully it's going to be a little warmer during the day. It's the big resurgence, get together and fly in. and it should be a blast to be able to film that, fly in some beautiful locations. I think we're going to hit Utah and Arizona. Kind of winging it. Love it being able to do these road trips here. So today's video is about glove recommendations. These two have worked really good. These Under Armour gloves, I'll put the link in the description, have worked really good and they fit nice. Good gloves. The key here is they got to be tight. You got to be able to still feel your lines and take your stuff out. So the Under Armour gloves right here have been working out really good. So hopefully these leather gloves are going to be what does the trick. Windproof, nice, and keeping the hands down. That's it. Hopefully you guys are getting good weather wherever you are. I've seen snow in Texas. There's all sorts of crazy weather. So as it gets colder, keep yourself safe by keeping your fingers warm. Get some good gloves, test them out, and we'll see you guys in the skies. See you later.
Tech Talk Thursdays.